was founded after 9/11 because they recognized that some people did something and that all of us were starting to lose access.
The debate around Representative Ilhan Omar has reignited fierce controversy in Congress. Lawmakers have introduced a resolution to censure her after claims that she showed loyalty to Somalia over the United States. The remarks have sparked outrage and renewed questions about where representatives' true allegiance should lie. On the House floor, members reminded the nation that every lawmaker swears an oath to serve America first, with full faith and no divided loyalties. Critics argue that Omar's comments undermine that sacred promise and weaken public trust. Supporters, however, insist her words were misinterpreted and politically weaponized. As tensions grow, the issue has become more than politics. It's now a defining moment about loyalty, responsibility, and what it truly means to serve the American people.
Recognition.
Mr. Speaker, pursuant to Clause 2A.1 of Rule 9, I seek recognition to give notice of my intent to raise a question of the privileges of the House. The form of the resolution is as follows.
Recognized.
Censuring Representative Ilhan Omar of Minnesota. Whereas elected members of Congress take an oath to bear true faith and allegiance to the United States without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion. Whereas Representative Ilhan Omar took an oath of allegiance to the United States upon becoming a citizen, declaring, I absolutely and entirely renounce and abjure all allegiance and fidelity to any foreign prince.
The resolution against Representative Ilhan Omar accuses her of making explosive claims, suggesting that the U.S. government should follow the will of Somali Americans. It also alleges that she vowed to defend Somalia's waters and sovereignty as long as she remains in Congress. Critics say such remarks, if true, go far beyond political expression and signal a troubling pledge to protect foreign interests from within American power. Supporters of the resolution argue that no U.S. lawmaker should ever imply loyalty to another nation while serving in Washington. To emphasize the gravity of the issue, lawmakers turned to George Washington's 1796 farewell address, a timeless warning against divided allegiance and false patriotism. Washington's words still echo today, reminding Americans that their first and only political duty is to this nation. Many leaders now view Omar's alleged comments as a direct reflection of the very dangers Washington foresaw, when loyalty to another land threatens the unity of America itself.
Potentate, state, or sovereignty, of whom or which I have heretofore been a subject or citizen. Whereas on January 27, 2024, Representative Omar gave remarks at an event in Minneapolis in which she made treasonous statements. Whereas Representative Omar said she has spoken to many Somalians who asked her to intercede for the Somali government by pressuring the United States government into certain actions. Whereas Representative Omar assured the Somalians she spoke to, the U.S. government will only do what Somalians in the U.S. tell them to do. They will do what we want and nothing else. They must follow our orders, and that is how we will safeguard the interest of Somalia.
The resolution lays out serious consequences for Representative Ilhan Omar, demanding her formal censure and removal from key committees, including budget and education. Lawmakers insist that anyone accused of promoting foreign interests should not hold influence over America's finances or its schools. They argue this matter isn't just political, it's about protecting national security and preserving public trust. Allowing even the perception of divided allegiance, they warn, could shape U.S. policy in dangerous ways for years to come. Supporters of the resolution stress that loyalty to America must remain absolute, especially for those sworn to serve its people. They believe ignoring such allegations would set a perilous precedent, one where leaders can pledge allegiance to the flag in public while serving foreign priorities in private. In their view, safeguarding the integrity of Congress means ensuring that America's voice remains undivided, unwavering, and unmistakably loyal.
Whereas Representative Omar continued, for as long as I am in U.S. Congress, Somalia will never be in danger. Its waters will not be stolen by Ethiopia or others. Sleep in comfort knowing I am here to protect the interest of Somalia from inside the U.S. system. Whereas George Washington warned in his farewell address of 1796 to guard against the impostures of pretended patriotism, and further declared citizens by birth or choice of a common country, that country has a right to concentrate your affections. The name of American, which belongs to you in your national capacity, must always exalt the just pride of patriotism more than any appellation derived from local discriminations.
Critics of Representative Ilhan Omar insist this controversy isn't about her heritage or identity. It's about loyalty to the nation she serves. They emphasize that cultural pride is perfectly acceptable, but when it crosses into favoring another country's interests, it becomes a matter of national concern. In Congress, every member carries a clear duty to defend the Constitution and act solely in America's best interest. The ongoing censure debate raises a powerful question. Can a leader truly serve two masters, or must allegiance to the United States remain absolute? If the resolution passes, Omar would be required to stand before the House for formal condemnation, a symbolic moment meant to reaffirm Congress's commitment to undivided loyalty. Lawmakers argue this isn't just about one member. It's about maintaining the integrity of the institution itself. Because once public trust fades, the very foundation of democracy begins to weaken.
Whereas these statements by Representative Omar clearly violate the oath she took as an elected member of Congress to defend and protect the United States Constitution. Whereas Representative Omar has exhibited the treasonous tendencies George Washington warned about, and her actions must be condemned by all members of Congress who adhere to the oath they took upon assuming office. And whereas by openly admitting her efforts to advance Somalia's interest using her position as a United States representative, Representative Omar has revealed herself to be a foreign agent acting on behalf of a foreign government. Now, therefore be it resolved that Representative Ilhan Omar of Minnesota be censured. Representative Ilhan Omar forthwith present herself in the well of the House of Representatives for the pronouncement of censure. Representative Ilhan Omar be censured with the public reading of this resolution by the Speaker, and Representative Ilhan Omar be and is hereby removed from the Committee of the Budget and the Committee on Education and the Workforce.
The controversy surrounding Representative Ilhan Omar has grown into a national debate over loyalty and influence in American politics. Critics claim her alleged remarks, promising to defend Somalia's sovereignty, reflect a troubling conflict of allegiance, not cultural pride. Lawmakers warn that divided loyalty within Congress could open the door for foreign powers to shape U.S. policy from within. Supporters of the censure resolution say this is about protecting America's sovereignty, not silencing dissent. They argue that the oath to the Constitution must remain sacred, serving as a binding promise to put the United States first, above all other interests. For them, holding Omar accountable is about preserving the integrity of Congress and the trust of the people. Her defenders, however, say her words were misinterpreted, and the backlash is politically motivated. But as the debate intensifies, one question remains. Can any representative truly serve two masters? Or must loyalty to America always stand alone?
Recognition.
Mr. Speaker, pursuant to Clause 2A.1 of Rule 9, I seek recognition to give notice of my intent to raise a question of the privileges of the House. The form of the resolution is as follows.
Recognized.
Censuring Representative Ilhan Omar of Minnesota. Whereas elected members of Congress take an oath to bear true faith and allegiance to the United States without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion. Whereas Representative Ilhan Omar took an oath of allegiance to the United States upon becoming a citizen, declaring, I absolutely and entirely renounce and abjure all allegiance and fidelity to any foreign prince, potentate, state, or sovereignty, of whom or which I have heretofore been a subject or citizen. Whereas on January 27, 2024, Representative Omar gave remarks at an event in Minneapolis in which she made treasonous statements. Whereas Representative Omar said she has spoken to many Somalians who asked her to intercede for the Somali government by pressuring the United States government into certain actions. Whereas Representative Omar assured the Somalians she spoke to, the U.S. government will only do what Somalians in the U.S. tell them to do. They will do what we want and nothing else. They must follow our orders, and that is how we will safeguard the interest of Somalia.
The debate over Representative Ilhan Omar has reignited outrage in Congress after lawmakers introduced a resolution to censure her. The controversy stems from allegations that she pledged loyalty to Somalia over the United States, claims that have fueled accusations of divided allegiance. For many, this issue goes far beyond a single remark. It questions whether every member of Congress remains fully loyal to the Constitution they vowed to uphold. Critics argue her alleged statements reveal not just poor judgment, but a serious breach of public trust. On the House floor, lawmakers reminded the nation that every representative swears an oath of undivided allegiance to America, free of foreign ties or influence. That oath exists to ensure those in power serve the American people above all else. Yet Omar's alleged comments appear to directly contradict that promise, sparking new concern that divided loyalties could threaten the very core of America's sovereignty.